Hi there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel, Grada Robertson. And every Tuesday at 1:45, I spend 20 minutes with you and I share some liberating processes that help you and me to feel really at home in our bodies and to feel a little bit more trust and confidence in ourselves, in our body, in our lives, in our journey, and so on. My name is Grada Robertson. I've worked as a healer and a coach or a medical intuitive for many, many years now, since the year 2000. And I've seen everything, pretty much everything you can imagine. I've seen it, I've heard it, and I've worked with so many people to break through their pain and blockages and turn them into a personal power now. So every Tuesday, I just love to share something that I'm inspired to share, right? And this week, I really want to talk about letting go of roles, that self-imposed behaviors that we took on as a child, sometime in our childhood, to make us feel we're worthy of love or worthy of safety and security, that kept us out of harm's way. But now those roles no longer serve us. And sometimes we're not even conscious that we are role playing. So this is also like an investigation into yourself, and we're going to take it slowly over the next 20 minutes. You're going to have time for reflection as well. Doing your inner work, of course, takes a lot of time and stillness and spending time by yourself. And what a role does is we have come to believe that we are the personality that we play out every day because we're comfortable in that role, even if we're sort of not really comfortable, because all role playing is cramping, it's a constriction. So just let me reverse engineer how we come to be acting certain ways, and we all do it because, for instance, when I'm walking around in my pajamas with Peter, just with Pete in the house, I'm different to when I open a door for a client, right? So that's already a slight difference. I mean, I'm still trying to be as authentic as I can be, but I still assume a different role. So over the years, I've played the role of a good daughter or an obedient Christian. I did that for many, many years. A smart person, the problem solver, somebody who always comes up with answers. For many years I used to be superwoman, like I could handle anything, just throw me anything and I'll handle it and I'll fix it. And so it actually cost me dearly because at the time when I was doing it, I had no awareness even. Maybe I did, but I didn't know how to change it either. So thankfully, now that I'm 60 and my life is really, really good, I'm so grateful for my life today, and I've had many ups and downs, of course. I had to get hit by a truck, and I also spent time in a psychiatric hospital with severe post-traumatic stress and panic disorder 14 years ago. So I've had to work hard to be where I am today, and today I'm really happy to say that I feel great inside my skin. I never thought I would ever be able to say that, but I just feel so happy and settled and content and satisfied and also confident. Like if I want something, I know that the universe will give it to me. And so, over the years I've decoded a lot of mechanisms where things don't work, where they stop working for people, and I know how to release that so people's lives work again. So one of the big sabotages that we all carry around is our role playing that we do all day, every day, and it already starts when we are 3. So when you come into the world as a beautiful little baby, fresh from source, you literally come in as an open field of like infinite consciousness, infinite potential, infinite unconditional love and light. And we feel that because when you hug a newborn baby, you feel all those qualities go into your body, right? And so that's like big, open, expanded state. And then little traumas happen, like maybe you poo your nappy when you shouldn't have done that, and mom is upset because you were traveling, and you hear mom talking about you, and suddenly you realize, okay, maybe I'm not as lovable as I assumed I was. This is what the baby might be thinking, or the baby might be feeling unsafe, because if mommy or daddy is cross, maybe they're not going to feed you, and you know that little babies are 100% dependent on their caretakers. So they're totally cued in to what the parents are saying. And so the baby goes from like expanded awareness like this. I'll just do this for the video, but it's really like big. So the first contraction happens, the constriction. So suddenly the baby is not feeling as free anymore. Suddenly the baby is a little bit disconnected from source. I'm talking about you and me, of course. And then as life goes on, maybe mom and dad are fighting, or you lose a parent, or you lose your both parents. Constriction, it's trauma upon trauma, and you in the end constrict into a certain type of behavior which forms your dominant role. So that can be the good daughter, the reliable spouse that always goes to work and rocks up even though you're stuck in a job that's killing you, the clown, right? So you always have to be the funny one, even though it's like sometimes you don't feel like being funny. The person who always sticks up for the underdog, so maybe the warrior who fights injustice, and you go to bed with it and you wake up with it, and the problem solver. So the thing is, if you are focused on injustice because you're a warrior type, the universe is always going to give you more injustice. It's never ending, right? If you're a problem solver, the universe is always going to give you more broken down pipes and instruments because you're so good at problem solving, so you feel good about yourself. The universe gives you what you are sending out. So your brain is scanning for the next problem, and the universe will give it to you. And so not only is that in itself time consuming and swallows up a lot of your energy and so on, it also means you're constantly living from constriction. And as life goes on, you identify with your role even more. We see that a lot, and then people retire, and sometimes people die very quickly after they retire, because now they've lost that role that they identified with, and it's literally their chemistry doesn't work anymore. Because here is an interesting thing. If you were always playing a role of, say, I'll just say something, the obedient daughter, and you're pleasing your mom and dad, and you're a people pleaser, that is releasing a different set of chemicals in your body, in your bloodstream, to somebody who is like a drama queen and likes to rock the boat all the time. That's a different set of chemicals that's always released in that person's body to somebody who is the professor and just reads books non-stop and lives a secluded life, and so on. So you get what I'm saying. Actually, what I want you to know is when you came into the world as that baby, and it's still, that information is still in the cells of your body. You came in as a field of all opportunities, like all potential. And at that level, and at your DNA level, in the depths of your cells, you are still free. That freedom, you're free already, that freedom is there. So I want to take you through a beautiful meditation that allows you just to, maybe that you start saying, okay, well, that role doesn't fit me anymore. And something has been feeling uneasy for a long time. How can I change that? How can I let it go? It's really more a process of letting go, right? So after I got hit by a truck and I was paralyzed for a while, I tried to get back into my busy life. Like I wanted to step back into midstream, like with 6 children, although some were young adults, but they were going to uni, and Tom was 12. We had a business that was growing, and like lots of other demands. I thought, well, I'll just take that back on again. So it still had the same role that I wanted, that fitted me so well, I always thought, but actually the universe knew that I needed a change. That's why it hit me with the truck. And I didn't listen, and then I had to suffer through a long period of mental illness, and that helped me to release my old behaviors. So this is all about you doing it way more easy than that, and bringing in some awareness and some releasing processes. So if you're listening to me or if you're watching the replay, we're probably just going to take 10 minutes on a journey inside of you that's going to help you release those the backpack with rocks that you're carrying around on your back, you could say, or maybe you're wearing your role as like a coat, like a thick winter coat, and it's like the sun is shining, you're warm, you don't need that winter coat anymore. That could be like the role of I don't know, just always busy on the go, like you're working in the corporate world, or you're busy organizing things in your work life, and then you come home and you still have to pick up the pieces there as well. All those roles, we're doing that because we don't feel safe without those roles, and we don't feel worthy. We don't feel worthy of easy life. We don't feel worthy of a life that's free from struggle, where we can thrive and be abundant without struggling, without fighting, without dramas. And so I'm here to tell you that you are worthy. It's your birthright. So just let's go back in and see if we can change a few things. So just going to invite you to close your eyes and take a nice cleansing breath in and out. And then take your awareness towards the back of your body, behind your eyes. Go as far back as you can go, and just gently drop your awareness and your attention and your energy through the spine into your bottom, where it's sitting on the chair, and feel the weight of your body on the chair. And this is all about anchoring your own energy into your body, and then drop through your legs, through your feet. And underneath each foot, you have an energy center that connects you to Mother Earth. And just imagine having golden cords or roots extending out all the way into the center of Mother Earth. And in the center of the Earth, imagine there is like a huge crystal construction. And so crystal contains all information and all energies, and it's very empowering and healing, and it's recharging. Maybe it's like quartz crystal, so it contains all unconditional love. And so as you touch that crystal, you notice there is a pathway that opens up to you into a special room. It's like a special sanctuary that's just for you, like a crystal room, where you can recharge yourself and reset yourself and just shed all those old behaviors and layers and beliefs that you've obtained during this lifetime. It's like universe and source is saying, just peel it off like a coat, just undress it, strip it off, strip all those layers off. It's safe here for you to be yourself, to be stripped back to your bare soul. And just take a minute to do that. Like peel off the layer of being a good daughter, or a hard-working husband, or whatever you can think of. The problem solver, the martyr, the hero, the helper, the producer, the controller. Just let it all go. And then you notice in the corner of the room is like a table, like with a little picnic and a candle, and you're drawn toward the candle is lit. And on the other side of the table, as you sit down, sits your mentor, your guide. And this guide can be anyone. You can choose who that is, like somebody whose wisdom you trust. It's somebody that's been around for eons, and this guide has been looking out for you forever. You've known each other for many, many lifetimes. And as you look into each other's eyes and you see wisdom, depth of wisdom and compassion and peace and stillness and calm and restoration, you feel something shift inside your body. It's traveling into your eyes and you just feel you're receiving that in your soul and in your heart. And you start to connect with your own timelessness again. Your own worthiness. That your life matters. Nothing happened randomly. Your own life has been planned since the beginning of time, and you are important. And you are so lovable just the way you are, even without any roles. Just your authentic self is the most lovable, precious thing in the whole universe. So then you open your eyes again, and you're connecting with your guide again, and maybe he says put your hand on your heart so you feel your own essence. And he might be saying just feel the spaciousness all around you, like this vast spaciousness behind you, in front of you, to every side, above you and below you. And you are connected to this space, this field of acceptance and unconditional love. You are never disconnected from it. You are held by it. Just feel that love and acceptance go into your heart center now. Make yourself a promise. You're never going to forget this again. This is your true nature. This is who you truly, truly are. And then you hear your guide say, you have permission to drop your role. You have permission from Source to let it go. Just let it go now. Just be kind and gentle to your body, because you realize that your body is constantly releasing chemicals that are addicted to your roles that you play. And so your body has an addiction. You don't want to get withdrawal symptoms. So just be very, very gentle and kind. And just ask your guide if he can change the chemistry in your body, so you are free to drop your most dominant role, whatever that is. It could be the hero, always rescuing people. And we know that the hero always gets crucified at the end, so that's not a good way to lead your life. You end up feeling disappointed and burnt out. So if you play the hero, just let it go, just take it off like an old coat, and just remember that everyone is connected to Source. You don't need to rescue anyone. And if you're playing a good person, always wanting to be good, just let that go as well. Because you are already inherently lovable. And you don't need to do anything extra to earn your brownie points. Just feel this sense of peacefulness and acceptance in your body. And then you hear your guide say, your friends are so lucky that they have you. The world is so lucky that you were born. Your parents are so lucky that you were their child. Your ancestors are so lucky that you were born and you're walking in their timeline. And your ancestors want you to drop all your roles, letting go of all those old beliefs. They don't want you to be like them. They want you to be your unique self. Just accepting who you are. You are perfectly good enough. You are enough. You are so lovable just the way you are. Just really allow your cells, the cellular part of your body, the physical part of your body, to accept that and to feel that and to reset itself so that you feel free and energized. And just knowing you can always come back into the truth of who you are and feel restored, feel rested, feel healed. Your body gets a chance to reset itself. Your immune system starts working again. You are not your traumas. You're not a victim. You're not a child. You are this field of infinite potential. You're a divine being, a sacred being, and you can do anything you dream of, and the universe will support you. So just breathe into your body and feel the beautiful sense of expansion. Just maybe now you feel a little bit freer, a little bit more expanded, and that tension and contraction is leaving your body, because deep down your cells already know the truth of all of this message. So you can give your guide a kiss or a handshake or a hug and another last look. He or she is looking in your eyes to make sure the message is anchored in, and then you can travel back through that crystal sanctuary from the center of the earth back into the roots, back into your feet, back into your knees, your bottom where it's sitting on the chair, your back, your spine, back into the back of your eyes. And when you open your eyes, just look at yourself with divine eyes. So having the eyes in the back of the body, it's more peaceful here. When you rest more in the back of your body, it's so easy for you to feel at peace in your body, to feel at home in your own skin. It doesn't matter what's happened, what you've experienced, how many roles you've played, how many times you got it wrong or right. All that is irrelevant, because you're so much more than your body. You're so much more than your human suit. You are an infinite being that's already always been here and will always be here. And so that's the real truth of who you are. So I hope that you enjoy that and that it really triggers you to think about the dominant role that you play every day. Like you wake up and you start thinking about it, and you start dressing like it, and you start eating like it, and you start hanging out with friends or people that keep you in that role. And I'm going to encourage you to question everything, question it. How is this working for you? Or is it just another rock in your backpack? Or is it like a winter coat on a sunshiny day? And I'm going to encourage you to just let it go, so that you can come from a more expanded state. And this process also involves trusting, right? So always trust in the universe, that when you take one step forward to be closer to your authentic essence, the universe takes 1,000 steps forward to help you be a divine expression of your soul in the human body. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you come in at the last bit, I'm going to ask you to just go back and replay the whole video, and that it triggers some release in you and a sense of relief, and so that you de-stress and not feel so overwhelmed, and you have new clarity and a sense of freedom. And then your body will also get healthier, because it's starting to release healthy chemicals in your bloodstream. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Big love from me, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye bye.